That's not the tallest hill either, the one in front of us. Okay, so we've gone through Malvern Link, and this is now Link Top. Some beautiful Victorian buildings in Malvern, because it used to be a spa town. Malvern waters are quite famous. And they used to come here and take the waters. Charles Darwin came here. He had a very sickly daughter, and he brought her here to try and have some hydrotherapy, as they called it. But it didn't work, and she died, and she's in the churchyard in Great Malvern, which will be coming up into in about a mile, well, half a mile maybe. Beautiful part of the world this. I've always loved it here. It's a lovely place. Always confuse me, those lights. They've got a bus section, and I'm never quite sure which lights you can trust. Okay, so this is Great Malvern now. There it is, the sign. Chap on a bike. Virtually all of these Victorian mansions have been turned into flats now, and they are pretty expensive too for what they are, well, in my view anyway. Perhaps one day, if I'm never going to buy a flat, come on. If I'm decrepit, I'll go and live in that bungalow that we've just left. Spend a lot of money doing it up, making it wheelchair friendly. The idea is that if I become really crap, I'll move in there and employ my own carers. I've put 2 bedrooms and a bathroom upstairs, and the idea is that the carers would live up there and I would live downstairs. Okay, we're going to go down left here, if these people ever move. Come on, chum. Don't let everybody out. That's it. A statue of Edward Elgar on the right, between those stones. It's not very clever the way they've put that statue. This is the Priory churchyard, and as I say, Charles Darwin's daughter is in there somewhere. No idea where. Priory is beautiful. It's an amalgamation of styles, with a lot of perpendicular in it, large windows. There's a 7 plane in front of us. Nice old building there. Used to be a bank. Of course, all the banks have closed everywhere these days, haven't they? There's Costa. Hope they do well. Used to be owned by the Whitbread Group, and well, I used to get a little bit of money through shares with Whitbread. As soon as Costa started to make money, they sold the whole thing, so that Costa's a company on its own now. If anyone wants to buy a pretty reliable share, you can't go wrong with Whitbread. Used to be just a brewery, but now they're into everything. They've certainly done me proud over the years. Right, I'm just going to go down the back roads through Great Malvern. Look at that beautiful council building. Fabulous Victorian edifice. Just be careful of the van. Stay there. Thank you. This is a really nice part of Malvern. Very leafy. I think the word is bucolic. Always quite fancied living here, but there was never anything for sale. At the time it would have been required, so pretty much given up on that as an idea now. There's Malvern Ladies College on the right. Under the railway bridge, which is a single line, I think. And into Court. I think this is Court Road, or if it's not, it's St Andrews Road, one of the two. It's a busy little road this, so you have to be a bit careful. Well, we're leaving Great Malvern. Not quite sure what this area is called. There's the common. There's lots of open space around here, which is another of the nice things about it. And Cotswolds are opposite us now. We'll be driving down onto the Severn Plain. I just cut the grass. It smells lovely. It's one of the nice things about biking. You can pick up the nice smells. And that's gorgeous, fresh cut grass. Right, I do know this area is called Poolbrook. Oh, there's Poolbrook Road, so we got it spot on, haven't we? On the right is the Three Counties Showground. They do some really good things there. All sorts of interesting stuff goes on there throughout the year, or it does normally without COVID. Seems to be a lot of caravans there at the moment. Don't know why. Plant and Garden Fair, it says. Okay. I know they do a spring garden, a very famous one. I've never been. I'll put my heated grips on again. We'll see how long it takes to heat up. I can remember as a youngster one winter's night going about 20 odd miles or more to a calf, in one of these calf racer type places called the Manor Calf. Trying to think where it was. It's in Surrey somewhere. We used to go there occasionally. I was never really a calf dweller, but I went there this winter's night, and it was 22 degrees Fahrenheit, so that was 10 degrees below in Fahrenheit terms. And I only had jeans on, and of course I had my Trials Master jacket, rudimentary gloves, and I didn't think anything of it. I can't imagine doing anything like that now. That would have been on a 350 Triumph. I think it was a 350 at that point. I put a speed twin engine in it at some point. Turned it into a 500. It was a bad idea, that was. The frame wasn't designed for it. I thought it would be a straight swap, because the 350 engine failed. Big ends went on it. So I got hold of an old iron speed twin engine and stuck that in. But it needed an awful lot of work. I needed to do all the engine plates, everything. And the frame just was completely different from the 350. It wasn't a 3TA, it was a 3T. Solid back end with a sprung hub. Anyway, eventually I got the 5T engine to fit, and it used to go reasonably well. Of course, when you're kids, you always mess everything up by trying to do silly tuning. You know, it was an iron head. I should never have been bothered, but I did. I put bigger valves in, ground the valves out, or bored them out rather. Put bigger valves in, higher compression pistons, and it was what they call a small crank engine. And cut a long story short, the crank broke,